Alright, so here's like the real rating for the smart and functional side. And this is my Scalpini deck. It's medieval Scalpini. I'm pretty sure it's Scalpini. I just looked at it. Anyway, my Middle Ages deck. And these are like really large cards. Here, I mean, like, they're like this. I mean, they're like these hefty. Oh my god, don't look at my stubby thumb. Don't look at my stubby thumb. I'm hiding it. Anyway, I'm a peasant. Anyway, so this deck, and this is also another reason I don't use them very often. Besides, I have baby hands, and these are huge. Um, they're like really detailed. You know, they'll tell you all about the picture, and then it's very detailed, but it's like a lot to unpack. Anyway, and especially since I am one of the good guys, my messages are more detailed and important and more interesting than, the cookie karmic or dumb bastard reading. I'm just like, man, how are people this stupid? I'm every day amazed. So, okay. Also, um, all right, yeah, this is from Scribbles. It's whatever. I get, like, apparently, maybe it's automatic writing. I don't know, but it'll be in different handwriting for different subjects or whatever. Anyway, so this is from Scribbles, and I'm pretty sure it's Uriel. Anyway, I know I'm totally like stalling because I don't want to do anything. I know, man, I'm gonna do stuff, but anyway, I know that I was today years old where I realized I can make it not so dark. I know. You would think I wasn't smart. No, now that's too bright. Now it's too big. Okay, and then I know, but I'm not making another video. I'm not doing this again. Cause like my phone batteries being sucked dry is ridiculous. That and my Google Hub keeps spontaneously pausing. Like I'm like watching some kind of ambient like music, and it's just like these eyes that are staring at me. But I'm too lazy to get up and do anything about it. But anyway, creepy, right? Anyway, so I'm trying not. It's making me feel really pressured. They're staring at me. Okay, so whenever I pulled these cards, I started like, two in this deck and two going that way, and then the next row, and then it ended up, it was gonna be like, I'm calling them paragraphs. So it's like, here is paragraph A, and paragraph B, and paragraph C. Maybe it's past, present, future, or maybe it's her energy, his energy, and mutual energy. But there's a story. And, I'd be all extra and have to read the literal definitions because I will at first think that the cards are saying something else. And then whenever I am reading the little booklet that they, give you with the deck, which I think more people should, do that. Anyway, like, for instance, here, like, the Seven of Swords showed up here with the Strength card, but in this deck, this is about, well, I'll read that whenever I get there, but it does not mean someone has stolen something. So, anyway, so, I'm just gonna read it kind of verbatim as I wrote this down because, um, it's like reading a cue card. I'm sure I should be able to do that. But here's the thing is, it makes me feel like I'm plagiarizing or like I'm smarter than I am, because whenever I like channel the letters or I'm writing it, like the language that they use is very like stylized, or um like I don't talk like this. I don't think about things like this. Anyway, so just bear with me on it. So, um, first paragraph. um, and I don't know how I came across this whenever I think back on it. So, this is a new day dawns. The ravens have met their uh, ravens mate for life. Um, and only once. Anyway, so, and then ravens is going to come up over and over again. I know they're very clever. So, a new day dawns. The ravens have met their match by clearing away what has died. Here in this death, this is a raven, and what they do is they clear away decomposition. Anyway, I'm supposed to be reading this verbatim. Shut up, Mona. So, the way has been made clear to be reborn. And I can't even read my own handwriting. I'm sorry. So, the first two, Six of Wands and Six of Swords. Six of Wands is card of the servants. Desires realized. Results of one's efforts. Good news, gain, advancement, expectations met. Triumph. Six of Swords. Now this one's kind of cool because it's similar but not. Anyway, Six of Swords. Sudden enlightenment by divine grace. And the story behind I could like do like that. Anyway. And I wasn't jiggling, but now that I'm thinking about it, now I'm gonna be. Oh, Six of Swords. Sudden enlightenment by divine grace. St. Paul, on the way to Damascus, falls off his horse when God makes his presence known and is blinded by divinity. Trip, journey, travel, or voyage. En route. Expedient manner. Success after anxiety. Headstrong attempts to overcome trials. Dun, 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 dun. And then death is after. Okay. This is the Lord's servants. The Lord's servant's efforts manifest an expected outcome. Receives good news and the divine forces. His servant, faithfully heeded, makes his presence known and advancement gain. And I'm probably repeating, but too bad. Advancement, gain, and perseverance finally leads to physical journey. I get better at channeling the differences anyway. Because she has made, or they have made, the spiritual journey within oneself. They have weathered the dark night of the soul. Bravery is always rewarded. So, death and the sun card. So, death is interesting here. Shiva, god of destructive creation, and the raven. So, like in Norse mythology, Odin has two ravens, one that sits on either shoulder. One is for memory and one is for thought. And they go out each day and basically report on their messengers going to and from. So, Yeah, it's a spirit animal thing. My spirit animal is a raven. I know, and I represented by the death card. I'm so morbid as I decorate with doilies. So, anyway, God of destructive creation and the raven, transformation and rebirth of the weary soul. The old has cleared away for a new path and renewed lease on life. Loss of family. Let me see. Loss of the familiar and dear to her, and loss of one's security. But don't worry, it gets better. It'll cheer up a little bit here. So here's the sun card. So dramatic. The sun. Hercules carries the sun. Like literally, whenever I read the definitions, it would be, I guess they're named. I guess anyway. Hercules carries the sun, and the twins, Castor and Pollux, who are of the same egg. The egg symbolizing soul. Find contentment and rewards for their goodness. Happy marriage, finally, equal partnership where devotion and kindness are sincere. And I don't know, it was getting long-winded. So, a painful but necessary transformation. Acceptance and peace, and what was has led to a new, and I don't know where I went with it, has led to a new what shall be. Let no man think they can steal what God has bestowed upon his faithful servants. They will receive their due rewards. I know, right? Running theme. Oh my god. I know, I didn't waste my good graph paper on this. This was different. These cards are like so complicated and they're so long. And then, you start looking at them and you realize like all these have gremlins in them. I don't know. So, paragraph B. Oh, and I was gonna get a thing to like block this other thing that the story time. I'm gonna block that because it distracteth me. So, I know, and I totally should have like, I don't know, my eyes are blurry. My eyes get very blurry whenever I do this. So, just when I thought all was lost, God always provides. Staying in integrity, honesty, and gratitude, no matter how difficult life becomes. I know my own handwriting. It is seen. Receiving help because you have helped others. I mean, I'd say goes around, comes around, but they want to be fancy about it. 9 of Coins. And the Knight of Cups. Yeah, those two show up together. Anyway. I know, at least those eyes aren't staring at me again. So, 9 of Coins. One who is ready for the storms ahead. Foresight and discernment is its own rewards. As well keeps one safe, no matter what may come. Feeling gratitude with what they already have, material and emotional well-being that can only be felt and achieved by one's own merits, efforts, and integrity. Having nothing to fear because there was nothing to hide. Like you don't have to fear exposure if you're not. Yeah, it's a little bit fortune cookie like, but I can't even read my own. I don't know. Anyway, oh, and this one's interesting. At 9 of Coins with the Knight of Cups. Rasputin arrives for thee. The appeal of a challenge. Opportunity has invited you to advance your soul. The mystic soon arrives. You have been selected. So these two together. Someone's integrity, discernment, and foresight has been seen and recognized. Their merits and good deeds, an invitation on the way. Arrival of the mystic and the divine within. An important mission begins soon. Everyone awaits you. Yeah, well, I mean, because I would like lose the stream of whatever there's. Yeah, by the last page, I got a little bit better about it. I'm like, oh, I'm repeating. But anyway, so yeah, it's like I'm taking spiritual dictation, more office work, celestial office work. So anyway, yeah, and I can like refer you whenever I get to. Just read this shit more. Just shut up. Okay. It's interesting that they use Rasputin for the Knight of Cups, but this was, a mystic from nowhere that arrived, and or whatever. Anyway, oh, there we go. All right, so 6 of coins, magician. Oh, I know it's they're so fancy. They're so poetic. 6 of coins. This is Chariot of Jupiter. And Jupiter is the Roman god of. It's like Santa Claus if you're good. Maybe like he bestows gifts. Anyway, or karma. And wanna just read the paper. 6 of coins. Chariot of Jupiter. Karmic accounting. Rewards for kindness and generosity repaid in kind. Gifts from the universe with love. I know, now I need a sip of water. Universe with love. Receiving back what was given to others. What was given to others, and my need is never, or something is never wasted. Integrity, integrity and charity never faileth. There are a few themes going here. Magician, this one's interesting. Magician, conquered through will. When free will is channeled positively, the ability to influence others comes naturally. Unity of thought and emotion is how masterful manifestations happen. For the good of all, my success leads to your success, and your success leads to their success. And that in turn elevates the collective. Because it's the unnecessary competition. So anyway, that helps the collective to succeed. True self-reliance and self-control means you are free to live in your truth. A man among men, seeing it through to completion. A skillful craftsman who is brave enough to express themselves creatively. That's a lot of balls to, just kind of be creative, because you don't know if you're going to like it or not. That image thing. Alright, so, last chunk here. Anyway, so, I'm sorry, I tried to been 20 minutes. Alright, paragraph C. I'm going to have to find some more kind of eloquent way of dividing these. Anyway, because you have loved, so shall you be in equal measure. It's like a bunch of... Yeah, it's... Anyway, okay. Because you have loved, so shall you be in equal measure. Allow yourself to be loved and allow others to love you. It is strength, not weakness, to love and to be loved. Love is the most noble quest one can go on. So, yeah, this time I didn't have to like divide it out. These two just kind of answered that itself. Alright, so it is strength, not weakness, to love and to be loved. So, Chariot, and then Seven of Swords, and then that just kind of works itself out. So, the Chariot, achievement of greatness through balance of the physical body and the spiritual soul. It is human nature for there to be the struggle of mind over matters, the sensual and the spiritual of our higher selves. It is major effort. There will be adversity and troubles along the voyage of enlightenment. By accepting you only truly have control over yourself by careful regulation of one's mind. Oh, hold on. Okay. By accepting you only truly have control over yourself by careful regulation of one's mind, and is only achieved by self-awareness with compassion. Suddenly you will realize the adversity has already been overcome. You cannot control, and now they really want to point this out. You cannot control the world, but by controlling your inner world with true acceptance of yourself exactly as you already are, makes meaningful change happen easily. An escape is no longer necessary. It becomes advancement. And the Seven of Swords. And it's actually like, anyway, interesting. So, you know how angels have colors? Well, Metatron's is a rainbow. And what's weird is like, whenever I color my color books, like before I even heard of that word, I kept adding like rainbows like in certain parts of the pictures I colored. But anyway, the rainbow and the raven. After the storm, okay, the rainbow and the raven. So it's talking about well, I guess Metatron pretty much. Just read the paper. Okay. Seven of Swords. The rainbow and the raven. After the storms of life, there is always a new day. The destruction is replaced with a rainbow because now there is room for it. The raven helps clear away the debris so new earth can be tilled. Fortitude, perseverance, and unfailing hope for the new plans after life storms. It's a part of the grand design of manifesting one's most inner wishes and hopes. You must release what no longer serves you so that there will be room to open a new door. How can it open if there is clutter, debris, and unneeded burdens blocking it? In other words, your emotional baggage is blocking the door, ma'am. Remember, everything is for your highest good when you let God control the world. Focus on your inner world only. Yes, focus on your inner world only. Open the doorway of your mind and allow higher consciousness to evolve with divine protection and divine protection and guidance. So yeah, it's I guess it's ascension with love, I guess. I mean, so okay. Let me see. And I kept losing where I was reading it, and I, well, I wrote it, but I've tried to read it like several times, but it's like I'm reading someone else's homework. So yeah, I'm working on the automatic writing because I don't know. It's really weird to keep going with it before, well, because it's in like this kind of like a language that I kept having to stop and be like, okay, hold on, let me see, does this even make sense? Because it's like reading the Bible or thou, thee, and so like it's talking a lot about its own rewards and the faithful servant and the rainbow, and it's it's bringing about your own rewards because it's a natural cause and effect. You do good, good things happen for you. Um, by allowing others to succeed, it will lead to your success. You can't bottleneck energy or um being greedy and petty and selfish and instead of doing good works for attention, you bring others down. It you're blocking everybody. But eventually what is to be is going to be. And it's just they just it's all about like allowing others to succeed because one success, if done, honestly and through one's own merit, naturally helps others to succeed. And if everyone's succeeding, then everybody wins. So I don't understand why everybody can't win. Like, I've never seen people compete in to be spiritual. It defeats the entire purpose to me. Because spiritual is supposed to be about everything good, and people are bringing in, like, I don't know, like, that logic doesn't make sense to me. And by trying to block others, all they're doing is blocking themselves, and then they get cut out of the whole scheme of things because they've they tried to like cheat at y'all are trying to cheat God? Like, how do you think you're gonna outmaneuver, outplan, and outsmart God? I mean, why would they? And why would they then ask Satan to help him? There is Satan never wins. I don't get it. I think that I know I'm just blown away by the oxymoron, hypocrisy, irony. So this is someone who, I mean, no matter how hard things get for you, there's no reason to cheat. There's no reason to steal. There is no reason to. And if you're self reliant or you're able to provide for yourself, or whenever you genuinely have faith in God, the idea to steal or I don't know, you're just grateful for what you have. And whenever you are already enjoying what you already have, it's just, goodness is its own reward. So, I'm just going to freeball it here. Someone with, it's a grateful, faithful servant. And the mystic. It's like the mystic and alchemy. That's what it was. Alchemy. Something was created just by going along with it. I don't know. So, Desert Dre, like up close here, there are harpies at the top of these swords. And what they're doing is they're trying to breathe poison into something someone is creating. But instead of poisoning the creation, instead it has been made for its own good. You know, someone's plan for evil was, God, I can't remember how that goes, but despite attempted poisonings of a valiant, noble quest or desire, the message still got through. The raven still appears. Another thing that showed up was like this golden ring, but I know how to, and it kind of, it's interesting how like the raven followed, like, and I've never even noticed a raven before. And apparently the raven has flown through the entire, oh, here's another thing. And okay, just remembered. This is the fountain of knowledge for which you thirst. Someone has found the fountain of knowledge for which they thirst. This is guardian angel Ariel. Now you can also be talking about a Leo, but this is the true fountain of knowledge for which all thirst. And notice that there's a pearl in the middle of everything, and this is a pearl of great price. It is a true divine treasure that can feed everyone, but don't put pearls before swine. So it's about good fruit for good measure, or it's like, it's just do good and it creates good. And I guess I'm sure there's other stuff, but it's already took like 33 minutes. So yeah, this was, and you know, I thought that I would need clarifiers, but no, they pretty much, that's why I don't read these cards all the time. They get kind of long-winded and poetic and like a little bit corny. I know, and they're like, Morna, you're just gonna have to be corny sometimes. You're not gay if you're corny, but it's kind of corny. Anyway, I know, but I just have to write it down what they say. So yeah, I guess. Quote the raven, nevermore. Very clever. So, I don't really ever know how to wrap these up. But, I mean, interesting cast here. Here we've got Shiva, a raven. Here we got Hercules. And actually the Apollo sun god. And the two twins. So Shiva, Hercules, Apollo, some twins. Here's St. Paul. And here's Rasputin. And I don't know exactly, or about this guy. I don't know. But Rasputin made an appearance. Oh, and here's Anne of Cleves over here. And, yeah, so surprisingly all over the place. But, for behold, I am the fountain from which ye thirst. So, yeah, really catchy, repeating things. So, yeah. Now, look at this death card. Look, these are people's heads. And he's, like, dancing on their heads. It's... I don't know. These cards have always been, like, really busy, but... yeah, they're a little intense, so I don't pull them out very often, but they are nagging me that they don't care. If they want me to use the corny cards, use the corny cards. So, yeah. Your corn leads to my corn. So, yeah. Here's a reading.